Okay. Yeah, I've gone live. I'm on YouTube now. For anybody that wants to ask question, you can come and tell me if you can hear me, please and thank you. Okay. Is there anybody here? And if you have a question, come to YouTube. Okay. Okay. I think it was because of the FaceTime. Guys, stop. Mute, please. Everyone, can you mute? Now, where are those newcomers? If you are new, welcome. Okay. My name is Edith. So, what we are going to be learning today, I've already taught this over and over again, but we'll just keep going over it until we reach saturation. He never can tell. So, this is for women trying to conceive for many years or people that are trying for baby boy. But in due time, you will understand why I say women trying to conceive and baby boy. That's because the method for women that is easiest for women trying to conceive eventually most of the time will yield to baby boy. That's why I just put it there so that people don't even bother asking me, oh, how do I have a baby boy? If you are going to be using this method, automatically you are trying for a baby boy. But the one for baby girl, I already did a video and I posted it already on my YouTube. It's just one video, and that video is on my YouTube. It's 18 minutes, 35 seconds video on my YouTube. It's very, very easy if you want to have a baby girl. Okay, but we're not here for baby girl, but let's go on. So if you're trying for a baby, the number one thing, one item you would need, okay, is ovulation tester. And from my own personal experience, and then from my experience with teaching people and helping people, I've been doing this for over 21 years, even though not on social media and not on this big platform. I've been doing it for many years. So throughout the years, what I've been using is not sponsored. It's not a sponsored post. Clear Blue right now, they don't know me. I wish. So it's the Clear Blue ovulation tester I've been using. And again, Clear Blue doesn't belong to me. It belongs to Procter and Gamble. Okay. So Clear Blue is just one of their many, many businesses that they have. So with Clear Blue, they have other kinds of ovulation testers as well. But the particular one I would like us to use, okay, is the 4+ more days. I think luckily I have a few here and it's not for sale. These are just giveaways that will be given to people later on. We've gifted already, but this is the type I want you to get. Okay, this one that has is showing the low, high, and peak. It's showing the low, high, and peak, and is purple in color. And that's it. It gives you 4+ more days, not the 2 days one. The reason for this is that if you're having hormonal imbalance, without you even going to the hospital, you will be able to know from using this Clear Blue. Or if you're just having the general or usual hormonal irregularities, okay? But I won't be going too scientific in this so that I don't get you all mixed up or confused. Now, some people will be like, oh, why do I have to use ovulation tester? Can't I just get pregnant like that? Again, yes, you can get pregnant without ovulation tester, but that would mean you wasting unnecessary time, waiting for too long. If you just want to get pregnant and at least know that you are ovulating, it will be very, very good to use ovulation tester, because the easiest time to get pregnant is when you are at the peak of your ovulation. Or some people might say, oh, but I don't think I need it. I always know when I'm ovulating. I always have the cramp. I always do this. I always do that. Guys, the cramp is not a yardstick for ovulation. It doesn't mean that you are ovulating when you are having cramps. Sometimes when you are having that cramps, it just means that your body is preparing to ovulate. Okay? And if you want, you can try it. If you're having the cramp, immediately you're having the cramp, test with your ovulation tester. Ovulation can be likened to a woman being on her period. You know, sometimes when your period wants to come, you start having the cramp, sometimes even a day before. That doesn't mean that you are seeing your period immediately. That just is a signal from your brain telling you, oh, you are preparing to see your period. Or in this case, you are preparing to ovulate, because the gland that secretes the hormone responsible for ovulation to take place is actually here in your brain, in the anterior pituitary gland. That's what secretes the hormone, the luteinizing hormone, and most of the hormones, reproductive hormones, are being secreted by the pituitary gland, like the FSH, luteinizing hormone, which is again the clear blue digital ovulation tester. This particular one, the one I showed you, is so sensitive in the sense that as soon as the hormone is present in your urine, it picks it up. However, the hormone needs to be extremely high enough to trigger ovulation. Therefore, for some people, when they start using the ovulation tester, it might be flashing for a long period. When it's flashing for a long period, it shouldn't be a cause for alarm, or there shouldn't be a cause for alarm. It just means don't worry, you wait, hang in there. Your body is preparing to ovulate. The hormone is being recognized, it's being secreted, but not high enough to trigger ovulation. Okay, when the hormone is high enough, then it will trigger ovulation from the pituitary gland, and then you start ovulating. In fact, to tell you the truth, when you start ovulating, that cramp or that pain you feel, you will not feel it again. Okay, now some people will be like, oh, but Edith, I know, I don't think I still need the ovulation tester. I usually will see cervical mucus, and that's how I know that I'm ovulating. I don't think that's a very, very wrong perception of you, thinking that cervical mucus means the evidence or presence of ovulation. That is completely and utterly wrong. Cervical mucus, as the name implies, belongs in the cervix. So when you see it in your panties, it just means maybe there is an overflow and then you are seeing it. Okay? Whether you are seeing cervical mucus or not, every woman has cervical mucus. They belong in the cervix. Okay? But in a while, if you're the type that likes seeing cervical mucus, I will tell you what to do that will make you see cervical mucus, if cervical mucus will make you happy. But let me let you know, cervical mucus can come at any time. You can see it at any time in your panties throughout the month. You don't necessarily have to see it during or around your ovulation. Okay? From research and from what people have been going through, you monitor yourself and you will notice that it's not just when you are ovulating that you will see cervical mucus, even though it tends to be more evident during ovulation, but that is not necessarily the case. Whether or not you see cervical mucus, you will get pregnant. Whether or not you see cervical mucus, you will ovulate. At least, speaking as a mother of 5 myself, I have 5 children myself. Well, for most of the time, I did not see cervical mucus. Okay? So whether or not anybody is telling you, oh, you have to see cervical mucus, if you're not seeing cervical mucus, you are not ovulating, that's a big fat lie. Don't listen to that. If you want to know you are ovulating, all you need to do is to get your clear blue ovulation tester and check it at the comfort of your own home. You don't need to go anywhere to do any follicular tracking garbage. It is not, you don't, that is immaterial. You don't need it. Get yourself ovulation tester, test at home, and you will ovulate. And if you ovulate, then you can meet your husband. Ovulation tester will tell you, especially this clear blue one, the one I showed, it will tell you when you are at the peak of your ovulation. And that is the most strategic and the most crucial kind of your ovulation. It must interest you to know that when you are at the very peak or the end of the peak of your ovulation, you have increased chances of having even multiple births. What do I mean by that? You have increased chances of having twins, triplets, quadruplets, sextuplets, whatever you want, but that is not 100%, but your chances goes up. So believe it or not, you will need ovulation tester, and then it's not a big deal. Okay, you will find ovulation tester in most leading pharmacies. Okay, and then if you can't, or you are unsure as to where you will find it, or you are unsure, you don't want to buy the wrong one, you can go to my page on TikTok. Underneath my profile picture, click on the link tree. When you click on link tree, you see Amazon. Click on Amazon and you can get yourself the ovulation tester. Then I will advise, if you are getting ovulation tester, make sure you get the 36. Why do I want you to get the 36? Just so that you have more than enough to test, okay? And then hopefully you get pregnant. However, God forbid, if you don't get pregnant, at least you will have more than enough to carry you on the following month. Very important. And I think it's more cost effective, it's more economical to buy the 36, because the price difference between the 20 and the 30 is next to nothing. So is it not better to just get the 36? Now, I think that's it about the ovulation tester. And then while you are on my link tree, make sure you are buying your pregnancy tester. Why? Because as soon as you finish your ovulation, 14 days at least, or few days on top of the 14 days, you will be testing for pregnancy. Is that quick? Conception doesn't take much time, but I think the anxiety people get makes it look as if the journey is endless, but it doesn't take time. Okay, especially when you are doing the right thing and you are doing it at the right time. Okay, now we go over to the next one. The next one on the board is folic acid. Folic acid is the single most important medication you would ever take before and during your pregnancy, especially at the within the first trimester, at least till the end of first trimester stroke beginning of second trimester. Okay, it is the single most important medication. It is very, very important that if you're sexually active, or you have the intentions of trying for a baby, that you are taking folic acid, preferably ordinary 400 milligrams micrograms of folic acid. 400 micrograms of folic acid is what you need. Again, you don't need prescription for that. Okay, why 400 micrograms? 400 micrograms is not too low to cause you to have problem, neither is it too high to cause you any problem. Why do you need folic acid? Folic acid is so beneficial, okay, because it helps to prevent many, when I say many, numerous kinds of birth defects. Hydrocephalus, spina bifida. You know spina bifida, when a baby is born with abnormally big head full of spinal fluid. Okay, but if you are taking folic acid, especially before 3-4 months before trying for pregnancy, you will never ever experience that. No matter what, your baby will never have spina bifida, no matter what, please God. Again, it can help prevent cleft palate. Cleft palate is when a baby is born with a slit from the nose up onto the upper palate like this, and you will see there is like a split here, and the baby's mouth is open with teeth. As the child grows, you'll be seeing the teeth through the nose. Okay, that's cleft palate. If you are taking folic acid, that will not be the case. In some underdeveloped countries, you will see that this cleft palate issue is very common. Something so small, so cheap as folic acid would have helped to prevent that kind of occurrence from happening. Again, folic acid helps to a certain degree to prevent miscarriages. You know those miscarriages that happen in the first trimester? If you are taking folic acid, as well as adhering to the do's and the don'ts that I will be mentioning further on in the teaching. To miscarry a baby will be very hard. You won't miscarry easily. No. So those are just one of the many numerous importance of folic acid for the woman. And another one is that if you're a woman, if you're in your late 20s, early 30s, stroke late 30s, and let's say you are not pregnant, but you are not married, and you know you have the intention of getting married one day and that you're going to be having baby one day, make sure you are taking folic acid. Why? Folic acid will help ensure that your fallopian tubes are clear, okay? And there won't be any issue with blocked fallopian tubes. That is not to say that if your fallopian tubes are already blocked, you will definitely need to link in with your doctor who can do a referral for you to a specialist, okay? And then they will discuss treatment options with you, because again, everybody is different and it's not a one size fits all approach, okay? You'll be treated based on your own individual problem. Now, with folic acid, is not a prescription medication, okay? Only the 5 milligram one will be termed as prescription folic acid. You will need prescription. However, you don't need a prescription to get 400 micrograms of folic acid. All you have to do is to find yourself, walk into any reputable pharmacy, okay, and ask them for folic acid. Again, we don't want folic acid with vitamin D or folic acid with B12 or folic acid with nothing. We just want folic acid, just the folate, just folate. Folate is the generic name, while folic acid is the trade name. Please. However, I've noticed more recently that people in UK, they are starting to recommend vitamin D for them. I would advise, if it's not winter, do not take vitamin D. And the reason, I will be explaining the reason why you shouldn't take it until maybe it's winter season where you are. Well, in a minute, I will explain why. Okay, but for now, if it's summer where you are, or if there's sunshine where you are, stick to just your folate, just your folic acid. Now, folic acid is not prescription only. It's not a prescription medication, 400 micrograms. That is all you need. Go and buy it, especially if you are in Africa. If you are in Nigeria, for example, make sure you are buying from a reputable pharmacy, because there is increased rate of fake drugs in Africa, especially Nigeria, where I originally hail from. So make sure if you are buying, so that they don't sell chalk, fake folic acid to you. Again, folic acid is not a big of a deal. It's not so big of a deal that people will be manufacturing fake of it. Get yourself folic acid. If you're not even pregnant, or you are going to be trying for pregnancy soon, make sure you are taking it. It's very important that you are taking folic acid 4 months, at least 3 months before you start trying for a baby. But if already, okay, you think you might be pregnant and you've not been taking folic acid, make sure you race to the pharmacy, pick up folic acid and start taking, to prevent all these birth defects I mentioned. The birth defects are numerous, but I just only mentioned a few. Please, it will save you a lot of heartbreak. Please, and thank you. Again, you don't want to just be trying for a baby. You want to try for a healthy baby. The goal is to have a healthy baby. Now, folic acid, if you want, if you're not sure of your pharmacy, you can go to my link tree. Go to my TikTok page. Underneath my profile picture, you will see link tree. Click on link tree. You will see Amazon. Click on Amazon. You can get your folic acid from my link tree. Okay. Now we forge ahead. The next on the list is iron medication. If you notice, I've written in red, if indicated by your doctor. What does that mean? It means that not everybody will require iron medication. You will only require iron medication if your doctor have carried out a test, blood test, usually FBC, which means full blood count, And then if the result comes back that your iron is slightly low, then he might tell you, oh, you will need to get yourself iron medication. Or if the result shows that you are very, very low, like that you are anemic, of course, yes, you will need iron medication. Again, you don't need prescription to get iron medication. Walk into any reputable pharmacy and get your iron medication. Okay? Iron is very, very important. Again, when the baby is trying to form, it's just a cluster of blood in the shape of a baby. So just imagine you're anemic, you don't have enough blood. What do you expect to happen? So you don't want to be holding yourself back from getting pregnant just because you are iron deficient. Again, if you are anemic or you have low iron, you might be experiencing terrible symptoms of nausea. You can feel nauseous sometimes. You can be experiencing dizziness. Maybe when you stand up, you are like feeling faint. It can be just iron medication, okay? And then again, iron medication is completely safe. However, if it is not indicated by your doctor, I don't think you have any business taking iron medication. Again, when trying for baby, you want to be on as minimal medication as possible. In a minute, I'll be talking about the reason for that. Okay. Again, you want to get pregnant. Okay. Too much of medication can actually cause a baby to be deformed, or it can prevent you from getting pregnant. Okay. Now, the last, but definitely not the least, for iron medication, just walk into any leading pharmacy or reputable pharmacy and pick up iron medication. Okay. It's usually just one tablet or one capsule a day. The iron medication, when I'm talking about iron medication, I'm talking about ferrous form rates and the likes of them, depending on the name. So where you come from, the trade name might be different. Here in Ireland, we have Galfa, we have Ferrograd, we have Ferrograd C, we have Spartone, and etc. Just go to your own pharmacy and ask them for a very good iron medication, and that's all you need. Again, you don't need no prescription. You can, once your doctor say you're anemic or your iron is low, go to the pharmacy and grab yourself one. Now, the last but definitely not the least is avocado. You might be wondering, if you're new, especially if you're new, what is avocado doing in the body? That's because avocado is God's gift to mankind. Avocado is God's gold to both the rich and the poor. Whether you are rich, you are poor, you can afford to take avocado, and it contains a lot of nutritional benefits. And in fact, I cannot overemphasize how good or how beneficial avocado is. Avocado is not just good for women trying for a baby. It's good for men, women, old, young, babies, children, teenagers, everyone. Or if you are a fit farm, avocado is actually very good, very nutritious. It has a lot of nutritional benefits. But for the ones that are relevant for us, all the benefits are relevant for women trying for a baby or for baby boy. But I'm just going to mention the ones that you really need to know about. Now, avocado contains omega-3, very high in omega-3. Avocado is very high in vitamin E. Guys, avocado contains folate, even though not very high, but it contains folate. But at least we're already taking our folic acid, okay? And most importantly, avocado is extremely high in alkaline. Guys, alkaline, alkaline out of all is extremely important for our body, even though you need the balance, okay? But in terms of our general well-being, it's always good when your body is in alkaline states. Why? Because diseases don't like alkaline environments. When people have like tumors, tumors don't like alkaline environment. Growth, like all those fibroids, they don't like alkaline environment. If you're suffering with PCOS, alkaline environment is the best. When you are taking alkaline, if you take avocado, it will make your body high in alkaline, and all those PCOS will it won't thrive. It won't stand any ground. Okay, it won't have any hold on you not to get pregnant. If you are like all those polyps, alkaline environment, guys, do you want to know something? If the alkaline, if your body is high in alkaline, cancer, they don't like alkaline environment. All those cancer cells, they don't like when your body is high in alkaline. They don't thrive well in alkaline environment. But that's not what we are talking about today. We are not talking about cancer. But I just thought that might impress you to know that alkaline is is generally good, because when your body is high in alkaline, you won't be sick easily. If you have children, make sure they are eating avocado. They won't get sick easily. Okay? Why? Because your body is maintaining an alkaline state. One second. So while we forge ahead, okay, another thing that why alkaline is good is that in regards to baby boy is alkaline. SY chromosome is favorable in an alkaline environment. What does that mean? If you're eating avocado enough and your body is in a state of alkaline, the XY chromosome, which is chromosome responsible for male child, okay, likes alkaline environments. They thrive well in alkaline environments, okay? However, the reverse is the case for SS chromosome. SS chromosome is the chromosome for baby girl. This is a no-no. Sorry. This is a no-no for SS chromosome. Okay? Alkaline environment is a no-no for S chromosome. But we are not going to be talking about the SS chromosome, because I just thought you need to know that. So if you're trying for a baby boy, avocado is your best bet. If you have hormonal imbalance, avocado is your best bet, because alkaline will help fix that. If you have fibroid, make sure you are eating avocado. When your body is high in alkaline, the fibroid won't thrive well. Okay? If you have growth, like cysts, you are having like ovarian cysts, it can't thrive well when you are eating avocado. In fact, you will get pregnant. If you're not even careful, you might have twins despite that ovarian cyst. Okay? Why? Alkaline environment is very good. Let me tell you one secret. The rich, they eat avocado a lot. But I think it's a big kept secret that they don't want the masses to know. But now you know, incorporate avocado in your diet. I'm not saying drown yourself in avocado, but make sure you incorporate it. It's very healthy. Look at the nutritional benefits. If you must know, avocado is very high in antioxidants. Okay? It has other benefits that I did not mention. In fact, if you want to know, do you know avocado, the nutritional benefits or the nutritional values of avocado can be likened to those medications that you are being prescribed as fertility drugs or fertility supplements, but I won't be mentioning them. You don't need to take any extra supplements. Please, with the Edith method of natural gender selection, I am strongly against the indiscriminate use of medication. Again, that is not to say that medicine, that's the general medicine, doesn't have a place or doesn't have a role to play, okay, in our lives. Yes, they have a role to play in our lives. But in terms of conception, you have to be very careful, because conception is originally designed to happen or to be a natural occurrence. So you introducing all forms of medication, especially supplements and painkillers or antibiotics, it won't lead you anywhere. In fact, it can cause you not to get pregnant. And even if by chance you get pregnant, it will increase your chances of miscarriage. And even if you do not miscarry, it can actually cause you to have a baby with one deformity or the other. That is how most medication would work. Okay? Now, can I advise? Because this method, you will get pregnant, but you have to follow the rules. You have to do the right thing. Okay? And if you have been trying for many years, it won't cost you anything to devote 1 month of your time. If you can't wait 1 month, max 2 months. God willing, hopefully you do all the right thing, okay? You will get pregnant. Just stay focused and don't mix methods. Don't say you are going to be following this method and you are busy doing something else. You won't be helping yourself, or you won't be doing yourself any good. I've had 5 children myself, and I've helped numerous people all over, including my relatives, friends, strangers that I don't know from anywhere, to get pregnant. And I've helped them to choose the gender of their baby. Most commonly, many people were trying for baby boy, because I'm from the eastern part of Nigeria, where if you don't have a baby boy, then you are in trouble for continuity of the family name. That is one of the main reasons I started teaching and researching about this 21 years ago. I'm 45 years old, if you must know, and I have 5 children myself. Okay, I have my degree. I have 2 undergraduate degree and then 1 master's degree, and I'm a first-class degree holder. And for my research I carried out, I got a distinction. The reason why I'm telling you is that so that you don't think there is a non-entity that is asking you to do what you don't want to do. But again, what did I ask you to do? The only thing I'm asking you to do is you have to give up all those numerous medication, all those numerous supplements, all those numerous painkillers. You don't need it. You don't need it for now. If you're trying for a baby, fine. If you're sick, go and get treated. And when you're ready to try for a baby, you have to do away with all. When I say all forms of medication, completely, you are not allowed, not now that you are going to be trying for a baby. Stay focused. You will get pregnant despite the diagnosis, and you will be shocked. And your doctor will even question if you went to have IVF done somewhere. But you will tell them, no, 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 this was what I did and I got pregnant. Now, can I ask, please, if you have omega-3 supplements, if you have this bag, throw it in this bag. Pack it up. If you have vitamin E supplements, you don't need it. Pack it up. If you have vitamin C, yes, you heard me right. Put it here. If you have magnesium, oh yes, I said so. Put it here. If you have CQ10, what? I don't care. You are packing it up. If you have collagen, you don't need it. Put it here. When you get pregnant, your body will naturally, have it generate its own collagen. Okay, that's what people call the pregnancy glow. Pack it up. You don't need it. If you have 7 C's, pack it up. You don't need it. If you have paracetamol, pack it up. If you have Panadol, yes, pack it up. You have Sopadine, pack it up. Sopadol, pack it up. Tie them up. You don't need it. You won't need it. If you have ibuprofen, oh yes, it's going in the bag. What else do you have? You have diclofenac, it's going in the bag. Tranexamic acid is going in the bag. Mefenamic acid, pack them up. Are you taking tramadol? You are not allowed. Pack them up. Are you taking Tylenol? Oh my God, you are in trouble. Pack it up. Doliprane, pack it up. Okay, pack it up. Tacaprina, pack that medication up. Are you taking Bicham, Ampiclos, Amoxicillin? People abuse those medications in Nigeria. Pack them up. If you are sick or you have infection and you're being treated with antibiotics, go and get treated and come back and try in 3 months' time. For now, you are not allowed any, not even one. You're not allowed any medication. Again, We are not including people that have long-term illness, such as diabetes, that are on long-term management for diabetes. They are allowed to take their glucophage, the one you guys call metformin. The generic name is glucophage. You are allowed to take your glucophage. You are allowed to take your amlodipine or your blood pressure tablets. If you're on long-term management for high blood pressure, you are allowed to take it. However, any other medication, you are not allowed. You are not allowed, except you don't want a baby. If you want a baby, as long as you are taking painkillers, to get pregnant will be extremely or highly impossible. It will be nearly impossible for you to get pregnant, not when you are on medications. Okay? Now, hopefully, you have listened to me, and hopefully, you have accepted to pack up those medications, including the ones I didn't mention. Lemsip contains paracetamol. You are packing it up. Okay? Actifed, you are packing it up. Alabuku, you are packing it up. I don't care what medication that is, please pack them up. You are not allowed to take medicine. The only medication you can take is folic acid or and iron medication if indicated by your doctor. Every other medication is declared null and void. I hope that is clear. Now that you have listened to me, I will wipe this board. We will go on the next slide and you will see how we are going to incorporate all this and get ourselves the baby we've been yearning for. Please, okay? Just stay with me. Believe me, I know you spent money buying those medications, but believe me, pack them up. Eventually, you will get pregnant and you will be shocked that something so small as paracetamol might have been the reason why you've not gotten pregnant since. Okay? You will get to learn a lot. And when I finish this live teaching, you can ask me any question on TikTok. I'll be willing to answer any question. Okay? Now, let's go. Guys, at this point, get your books out, not paper. Get your books out. Your books, and then you need 2 pens, one red pen, and the other one can be blue or black. Okay? Because we are going to be calculating to know our circle, how many days circle we have. Okay? Very important. Because this board is small, okay? I'm just going to try and see if I can fit in. I'll see if I can fit in 5 months, okay? Starting from June. It's very important when you are trying to calculate your circle that you have as much calendar to deal with as possible, just to give you an idea of what your circle pattern looks like. Now, guys, start writing. I'm going to start writing from June, okay? June is 30 days, and I hope you're writing yours. The calendar, we are plotting our calendar. If you know you want me to use your period date as example, okay, you might have to type it in the comment section on YouTube here. It's not writing properly for me. July is 31 days. It's important that you have the right numbers. If not, it can mix things up for you. July is 31 days. And then we'll go August. August is 31 days. These pens are not writing the way I want them to. September is 30 days. And then October, I squashed everything in. Now, that's us done. Wow. Very quickly, I'm going to pick somebody. Okay, so who wants me to use their date? Let's see. If Funanya said June 26, July 24, August 22, September 19. Okay. Ifunanya. So let's do this one. Okay. So guys, get your red pen. Very important that you use red. Why? Because you want to see it clearly highlighted. Okay. For this lady that I'm going to be using her own date, I just picked randomly. My eyes just went there straight. So she saw her period June the 26th. So get your pen, circle that day. Guys, in order to know which day to circle, all you need is the day one of the period. It doesn't matter if it was just a drop of blood. That is your day one. And again, it doesn't matter how many days that period lasted. I don't care if your period lasted for 2 days. I don't care if it lasted for 3 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days. It does not matter. That is completely immaterial. What you need is the day one. Even if it was just a drop of blood on that day one, that is the day you are going to be circling. Now, this lady, Ifunanya, she saw her period again in the month of July on the 24th. You circle it like that. Guys, I think it's important for you to know that it is completely okay if your period comes 2 times within a month. For example, you can see your period on the 1st of September and see it again on the 30th of September. That's completely fine. It's not a problem. It shouldn't bother you at all. Now, this lady saw another period August the 22nd of August. You come quickly circle that 22nd of August. Okay? I hope you guys are with me. I hope if you have your book and your pen that you are doing the same. Very important that you are doing it. It is better for you to learn it so that you won't have to pay anybody for this. You don't have to pay to learn how to calculate your own circle. So, and then she saw her period again. This lady in the month of September on the 19th of September. Circle it like so. Guys, now we have all we want. For some people, between June and October, they might have 5 circles. Like, it doesn't matter. They might have 6, depending on how many days circle you have. Okay, but in a minute you will find out what I mean. Now, in order to count, you look at the board carefully. She saw period in June, period in July, in August, September. In order to count to know how many days circle this lady has, you have to go, this is day 1. Okay, this first time is the day 1. And guys, the next month, the first day of the period of the next month is the last day of this one. What do I mean by that? Day 1, day lasts. Day 1, day lasts. You go again to know the next one. Day 1, day lasts. Day 1, day lasts. Again, day 1, day lasts. Day 1, day lasts. I don't think you understand what I mean, but I'll go again. In order to know how many days circle you have, you will go from here. This first day of your period is the day 1 of the circle. And the next period, you will see, the first day of the next period is the day last of the previous period. Day 1, day last. 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 Now, let's start counting so that you will understand even better. Now, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8, day 9, day 10, day 11, day 12, day 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Day 29. So between June 26 and July 24 is a 29-day circle. You write it down very quickly. Put a comma. Between June the 26th and July the 24th is 29-day circle. Now we go again for the next one. Guys, you know that this was the day last for this. Now, in order to count the next one, this day last will then transcend to day 1. It will change to day 1. So, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8, day 9, day 10, day 11, day 12, day 13, day 14, day 15, day 16, day 17, day 18, day 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, day 30. Day 30, meaning between July the 24th and August 22 is a 30-day circle. You write the 30 and put a comma. And then we go again. Day 1, day last is 29. Day 1, day last is 30. Now, day 1, day last is what we are going to count now. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8, day 9, day 10, day 11, day 12, day 13, day 14, day 15, day 16, day 17, day 18, day 19, day 20, day 21, day 22, day 23, day 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 29-day circle. You write the 29. I hope you guys are with me. Now we know how many days circle we have from what you have been doing. I hope you are writing your own. This one I'm doing is for a random person, Ifunanya. Now that you know how many days circle you have, for Ifunanya, there is 29, 30, 29. Some people might have more than 3 circles. Some people might have 4 different circles. Some people might have 5. That is completely fine. Okay? It's not a one size fits all. Everybody's circle cannot be the same. Okay? Now, look at your numbers carefully. Guys, men looking at this number, you will see that her number is fairly, regular. She have a regular kind of circle, even though there is just 1 day difference, which normally is not a big deal. However, when you look at your number, 1 minute you have 26, the next minute you have 35, another time you have 39, another time you have 40, another time you have 25. It means you have irregular circle, okay? That might be indication of hormonal imbalance, or that you are a medication abuser. What do I mean by that? It means you take a lot of medicine, or that you take a lot of concoction. You are occupied with taking concoction. You are a PhD holder in consuming all sorts of terrible things. Now, another thing that can cause irregularities in your circle is if the month before you were previously sick. For example, if you had malaria and you treated it with malaria medication, it will cause your circle to be irregular. Maybe you can just go from being a 28-day circle, and the next thing you will see 35-day circle. Why? Because medication will make your circle longer. Or if you are sick the month before, with or without medication, it has the tendency of causing your next period to be delayed, thereby making the next cycle longer. So these are some of the things that can alter with those numbers. And what are those numbers? Your cycle. However, if you stay focused and you are not taking any medication, you are sure you were not sick, you did not take any medication, it's okay to have, every now and then, maybe 1 day difference, up or down. One max 2 days up or down. But anything more than 2 days is an indication that you are taking painkillers, or you were sick the previous month, or you are taking concoction. So you have to be really, really careful, okay, not to mess up with your circle, because that in itself can cause you a lot of anxiety and worry. Now, let's continue. Guys, look up and look at your numbers. Your numbers might be 5. You might get 5 circle. Yours might be 4. But for this person, I'm using her own. Hers is 3 circle. Look at those numbers carefully. Choose the smallest number out of them and divide it by 2. Choose the smallest number and divide it by 2. In this case, her own smallest number is 29. If your smallest number is 24, divide it by 2. If your smallest number is 26, divide it by 2. If your smallest number is 25, divide it by 2. Hers is 29. So I'm going to be dividing 29 by 2. 29 by 2 is 14.5. You then take that 14.5 or whatever number you got. I'm choosing 29 because that's her own smallest circle. I'm dividing it by 2. 29 divided by 2, 14.5. I'm then going to count 14.5 from the last period in order to determine the estimated ovulation. 14.5 starting from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 0.5 will be somewhere here. 0.5 will be after 2. That means between 2 and 3. Because we are not in a math class, we are not rounding up or rounding down. We will just take the 2 dates, both the one before and the one after, like so. If you got that and you got to this stage, you have just gotten your estimated ovulation. Take note of the word estimate. It is an estimate, okay? Not your actual date until proven by your ovulation tester. Now, once you have identified and you have taken note of your estimated ovulation day, you circle the 3 days before it, okay? 1, 2, 3. So we have just circled the 3 days before that estimated ovulation. The reason why you are circling the 3 days before the estimated ovulation is because that is when you will start testing for ovulation until you arrive at the eventual date of your ovulation. Now, I must say, if you have succeeded in remembering and circling your period, the day 1 of your period, and you have eventually counted to know how many days circle you have, day 1, day last 29, day 1, day last 30, day 1, day last 29, and eventually you divided by 2, you divided the smallest circle by 2 to now arrive at your estimated ovulation, and you still went ahead to circle the 3 days before the ovulation, estimated ovulation. That's you done. Congratulations, and you are just a step away from getting pregnant. I'm so proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself, because I don't think the hospital will be calculating your ovulation for you. Nobody will do you. I think they assume that you should just know it. I think back in the days, this used to be taught somewhere. I know in Catholic churches, they used to teach, how to identify your ovulation. I don't know if they still do that now, because apparently many people don't even know how to calculate their estimated ovulation. Now, I must commend you. Congratulations. If you've come this far, you've done a lot, you've achieved a lot, and you should be super proud of yourself. To even think that people would charge you money, 150,000 naira, 100,000 naira, 70,000, 50,000 to calculate your ovulation. That is absolutely ridiculous. This is just very simple. If you teach a 10-year-old this, he will know it. So please, don't be paying or falling for people that are just there to scam you of your hard-earned money. Now, enough. Now that we are here, so what? In research, when you get something, they will say, so what? What do you do with this data? Or what do you do with this information? What are we going to do with these numbers? Now, this is where it all gets interesting. If you're trying for pregnancy, okay, this is the day 1 of your period. And this is your estimated ovulation. It must interest you to know that the day 1 of your period marks the beginning of your conception process. The process of conception, it starts on the first day of your period. And what is the implication of that? It means that whatever you do that day will determine if you get pregnant, it will determine if you will stay pregnant, and it will determine if you will make it till the end. That is why it's very, very important that you are cognizant of that day. You are mindful of what you do. You are mindful of your habits, eating habits, your lifestyle habits. When I say lifestyle, what are you eating? What are you doing? Okay? In a minute, you understand. Now, let's go straight away. Once you start seeing your period, okay? If you're trying for many years, once you start seeing your period, from day one of your period, I don't care how painful that period is. Unfortunately, you are not allowed to take paracetamol. Day one of your period, you are not allowed to take paracetamol. You cannot take Tylenol. You cannot take ibuprofen. You cannot take Panadol. You cannot take Felvin. You cannot take diclofenac. You cannot take mefenamic acid. You cannot take tranexamic acid. You cannot take Lemsip. You are not allowed to take antibiotics. You are not allowed. If you take antibiotics, you are not allowed the pregnancy. Go and try again. You try for pregnancy in 3 months' time. If you take antibiotics, don't even go ahead. Forget. Don't even attempt to get pregnant, because you will run the risk of having an abnormal baby, or even miscarry, or not even getting pregnant. Okay? The implications can be very, very terrible. You are not allowed to take Doliprane. You are not allowed to take Tacaprina. You are not allowed to take OK. You are not allowed to take Tramadol. You are not allowed to take Sopadil. You are not allowed to take Sopadol. You are not allowed to take Temazepam. You are not allowed to take any form of medication. You are not allowed to take malaria medicine. If you take malaria medicine, you are not allowed to try for pregnancy. Just don't attempt. Try again in 3 months. If you take typhoid fever medication, don't attempt to get pregnant. Try again in 3 months' time. You are not allowed to take any medication from the day one of your period. Okay? Now, again, from the day one of your period, you are not allowed to take clove water. You are not allowed to take lemon and lime. You are not allowed to take ginger shots. You are not allowed to take herbs, concoction. No herbs from your mother-in-law, no herbs from your father-in-law, no herbs from your own mother, no herbs from a native doctor or a native nurse. You are not allowed to take it or go near. You are not allowed to cook up concoction or woman combo or what, I don't know what you call it, whatever the name is, you are not allowed to take it. You are not allowed to take Chinese tea. You are not allowed to take Japanese tea. You are not allowed to take Indian tea. You are not allowed to take weight loss teas. You are not allowed to take weight loss supplements. You are not allowed to take them. You are not allowed to take Prekese. You are not allowed to take Uziza seed. You are not allowed to take Uda. You are not allowed to take granite soup, palm nut soup. You are not allowed to take black soup. Anything that has the capacity of washing your womb, you are not allowed to take. White and salad soup, you are not allowed to take. Ajum Bise, you are not allowed to take. Guys, believe me, you are not allowed. The process of pregnancy, the process of conception begins on that day of your period. And it's important that you adhere to these rules, please. Okay? From the first day of your period, you are not allowed to take concoction from Vietnam. It must interest you to know that some people paid to take concoction from Vietnam, where they are paying 600 euros per month. How ridiculous. And the person never even got pregnant. Dangerous. You don't know what they are feeding you with. All those things can cause you liver damage or kidney and total kidney failure. There is high rate of kidney failure and kidney diseases in Nigeria, most especially that has spiked the high number of kidnapping in Nigeria, because they are now kidnapping people to harvest their organs. Guys, be careful what you take so that you don't end up damaging your organs. Very, very importantly, due to desperation of trying for a baby. Guys, let's go ahead. You are not allowed to take any form of medication. Again, from the day you start seeing your period, the same month you want to get pregnant, You are not allowed to take nuts. No granuts, no peanuts, no cashew nuts, no Brazil nuts, no pistachios. Okay? No nuts. You are not allowed to take cashew nuts. You are not allowed walnuts. Walnuts, you are not allowed to take walnuts. Walnut is, even though it's healthy, is classified as a tree nut. Tree nut is nuts that grow on trees. Okay? You are not allowed to take. If you take it, you might be jeopardizing your chances of getting pregnant. Again, if you have history of unknown reason for miscarriage or history of unknown reason for stillbirth, stay away from nuts with everything you have in your life. Stay away. You are not allowed. Okay? You are not allowed granite soup. You are not allowed peanut soup. Again, from day one of your period, the same month you want to get pregnant, you are not allowed to take fried foods, especially if you have been trying for many years or you are trying for a baby boy. Remember, fried food will make your body acidic, meaning that the XY chromosome will not thrive if your body is acidic. If you have been trying for baby for many years, you are not doing yourself any favor if your body is acidic, especially when you have diagnosis like endometriosis, you have hormonal imbalance, you have PCOS, you have fibroids, you have cysts. You don't have any business with acidic food, okay? When the food is too acidic, it can be poison to your body. Okay? Guys, you are not allowed to take any fried food. Madam, I want akara, 10,000 naira, you are not allowed. I want chicken, 20,000, you are not allowed. I want small chop, you are not allowed any fried food. You can air fry your food, boil, grill, okay, cook, whichever way, but avoid fried food. Don't worry, I will tell you when you can have your fried food again. But from the day you start seeing your period, the same month you want to get pregnant, avoid fried foods. Okay? The next is, if you're trying for baby for many years or you are trying specifically for baby boy, avoid minerals. What do I mean by that? You are not allowed Coke, Fanta, 7-Up, Sprite, Mirinda. You are not allowed apple juice, orange juice, cranberry juice, all the juices. You are not allowed. You are not allowed beetroot juice. You are not allowed. You are not allowed any form of juice. I don't care, no matter how healthy that juice is, it is immaterial. You are not allowed. And that is it, end of story. The only thing you can drink is water and mind your business. You are not allowed. Okay? No fizzy drinks. You are not allowed. The next is, if you are trying for a baby for many years or you are specifically trying for a boy, you are not allowed pork meat. No pork meat. And what do I mean by that? You cannot take sausages or sausage roll. You cannot take shawarma or hot dog because it is made with pork meat. You cannot take Scotch egg because the back of Scotch egg is made with pork meat. You cannot take pork chop. You know pork chop, when you anything bacon you cannot take. Okay? Avoid pork meat. It is highly acidic. If you are trying for baby for many years or you are trying specifically for a baby boy, you are not allowed to go near pork meat. I will tell you when you can have it. Okay? Now, what else? Guys, I think that's about it, if I'm not mistaken. But if I remember anything, I'm going to let you know. Guys, I think, have I covered it now? Okay, I think that's about it for the don'ts. And that list is never ending. Oh, if you're trying for a baby, from the day you start seeing your period, The same month you want to get pregnant, guys, you are not allowed any tea. What do I mean by that? You are not allowed Lipton tea, all your tea bags, no English Earl Grey tea, no Chinese tea, no Vietnam tea, no tea at all. You are not allowed. You cannot take coffee, no cappuccino, or anything that has coffee in it. Especially you coffee addicts, that coffee you have been taking have been the hindrance. You are not allowed to take any form of tea. If you are trying for pregnancy, from the day you start seeing your period, the same month you want to get pregnant, you are not allowed to take hot chocolates. You are not allowed to take Milo, Bonvita over tea. You are not allowed to take chocolate drinks. You are not allowed to take milkshake or ice cream or anything that looks like dairy, anything milky. You are not allowed. You can take almond milk if you want. Okay, if you are trying for many years or you are specifically trying for a baby boy, please take this seriously, okay, and you will not regret it. I promise you, you won't regret it. I think for now that's about it. If there is any other thing I remember, I will let you know. Now, moving forward, now that we now know the don'ts, okay, let's go ahead and let's tell you what you can do. From the day you start seeing your period, actually, before the time you start seeing your period, I expect that you've been taking your avocado again, especially if you know you are trying for many years, or if you know you are trying for a baby boy, okay, or if you know you have hormonal imbalance, you have fibroids, you have endometriosis, you have ovarian cysts, you have any form of diagnosis, it doesn't matter. Make sure you are taking your avocado. Must. It will help to repair and prepare your body. It will help your hormones. If you're having low progesterone, avocado will help you. If you're having low estrogen, avocado will help. If you're having disease, avocado will help. That is why you see many people getting pregnant with the Edith natural method of gender selection. The Edith method. You will get pregnant despite your diagnosis. Okay? And with the help of God, you will get pregnant still. Okay? It's baffling doctors, but believe it or not, that it is what it is. You will get pregnant. So make sure you are taking your avocado. And I assume, I know that you've been taking your folic acid more than 3 months before now. 3-4 months before now. Now, from the day you start seeing your period, the same month you want to get pregnant, and especially if you're trying many years or for baby boy, you start eating your avocado, you are taking your folic acid, you are drinking just water, you are eating your other food, not fried, and you are minding your own business. Avocado, 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 every day. Make sure you are taking your folic acid every day of your life. Avocado, avocado, you are eating avocado daily. Avocado, avocado. For those of you that are always complaining, I want to see cervical mucus. The more avocado you eat, the higher the chances of you seeing cervical mucus. In fact, you will be tired of seeing the cervical mucus because it will be coming a lot. Okay? Avocado. And when you get here, the 3 days before your estimated ovulation, you double your avocado intake. If you're trying specifically for a baby boy or you've been trying for many years, double your avocado intake. And if you can tolerate it, triple it. Yes, triple it. This is to get your body very high in alkaline, and there won't be any chance of excess chromosome surviving that environment. You will completely, have your baby boy, have the high chances of your baby boy by 99.9% chances. That's extremely high. Okay, you double your avocado intake. Okay, from here, if you can tolerate, you triple it. Then bring out your clear blue ovulation tester. This type, guys, is not an advert. They are not even paying me. They are not paying me. They should be paying me by now. This ones that says low, high, and peak. This 4+ more days is purple. Is the purple stick, not the pink one. Okay, you bring out your clear blue and you You test in the morning, okay? You test morning with your clear blue, and you're using your urine to test, not blood. You're testing it inside your own house. You're not going anywhere to have it test in any clinic. You're testing it by yourself, okay? You test in the morning, and if you see a circle like this, that's fine. There is no bother, no cause for alarm. You test again at night. If it's still empty, that's completely okay. You test again the next day. If it's still showing you empty circle, don't worry, you're completely fine. Nothing is wrong with you. You test again. If it's still circle, all well and good, keep testing. You test again. If you happen to see this flashing on and off, pam, 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 flashing, that's completely fine. But please don't do anything just yet. Okay? You test again night. If this is still flashing, keep testing. You can't give up. You are nearly there, but test again. You test again on it's still flashing. Don't worry, all is well. Just keep testing. You test at night. If it's still flashing, don't worry, everything is fine. You don't need to be worried or perturbed. Test again the next morning. If it's still flashing, that's okay. You don't need, there's no cause for alarm. You test again. If this baby is still flashing, don't be afraid. You are fine. You test again the next day, okay? And if this baby happened to stand still, it's just there. He stopped flashing. He's just smiling at you. It's just like that. It's not flashing. It's just, praise God. You are nearly there. What will you do after this? Once you see this standing still, you will just count 12 hours. Once you test and this decides to stand still, anytime you test, and if this smiley emoji, if this baby decides to stand still, count 12 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It is time to get down. Call your husband and have intercourse immediately. 12 hours. When this baby is standing still and you have counted 12 hours, then you can meet your husband. After meeting your husband, you can meet him 1 million times. That's up to you. And as far as his strength can take him, meet him multiple times is the first round that counts. Any other one after it is just you enjoying yourself. After meeting him, you will then count another 48 hours. After meeting your husband, they now count another 48 hours. After the 48 hours, you can then start eating all your fried foods again. Hallelujah. You can start eating your fried foods. You can start taking all your yogurt, your milk. You can start eating, pork meat. You can eat your shawarma. You can eat everything again. You can start drinking your minerals. But guys, avoid Coca-Cola until you test positive. Why? Don't ask me, and I'm not going to say nothing about it. Just do what you have been advised to do, okay? You can drink Coca-Cola after you have tested positive for pregnancy. But after that 48 hours, you can drink all minerals, but not Coca-Cola just yet. Now, however, you can never, ever go back to taking coffee again. You can never go back to taking cappuccino until you deliver. You can never go back to weight loss teas until you deliver. Go and be doing exercise or mind your food if you want to lose weight. It's not about weight loss teas. You can never go back to taking English Earl Grey tea or any tea that is very highly caffeinated. You can, or no matter the tea, whether caffeinated or not caffeinated, they are all herbs. You are not allowed to go back to taking any herbal drink from native doctor, native nurses, or your mother or your father or your mother-in-law, whoever that person is. I don't care. You cannot take any concoction. You can never go back to taking cloves. If you attempt clove, you cannot escape miscarriage. End of story. You can never escape miscarriage if you take cloves. You are not allowed to take pepper soup until you deliver this baby. You are not allowed to take nsala soup until you deliver your baby. You are not allowed, in no circumstance are you allowed to eat nuts. You cannot eat nuts till you deliver your baby. And even when you deliver the baby, when you eat nuts, you are not allowed to kiss your baby with that dirty mouth. You are not allowed. You cannot use that nut mouth to kiss your baby. You cannot even touch that baby except you have washed your hands carefully. Why? Nut allergy is extremely dangerous. It can cause death within minutes. In some cases, within seconds, the person would be dead and forgotten. Not even your pastor can pray the child back to life. So you better be very careful. And as your child is growing, don't feed that child with any food that contains nuts until you have established if that child has nut allergy or not. Please. Very, very important information. Very important. I'm begging you. Take it seriously. If you have history of child loss, miscarriage, stillbirth, avoid nuts. It won't help you. You won't help yourself. Avoid it. And the last, you see the way some people will get pregnant and then they will find themselves, oh, I have a bit of a headache. If you go back to taking paracetamol, you are finished. Just forget it. You have high chances of losing the baby. If you go back to taking any painkillers, you are finished. You are not allowed to go back to paracetamol till you deliver that baby, no matter the pain. You are not allowed to go back to ibuprofen until you deliver the baby, no matter the cramp. You are not allowed to go back to diclofenac, mefenamic acid, tranexamic acid, Sopadin, Sopadol, okay, Tacaprina, Doliprane. I don't know what you are taking, but you Felvin, the worst of them, you are not allowed to go back to them. Again, you are not allowed to go back to malaria medicine. You are not allowed to go back to typhoid fever medicine. If you take it, that's the end. You are going to lose that baby. However, if you are sick, unfortunately, if you have malaria infection, you have to treat it, unfortunately, while you are pregnant. If you have typhoid, you have to treat it while you are pregnant. However, you have more than 99.9 chances of losing that baby following treatments with malaria medication or any major antibiotics. You have high chances of losing the baby. And if the baby is not lost, those are one of the things that can cause a child to be born with one birth defect or the other, or to be deformed, or to even die, or to stop developing in the womb. So you have to search yourself. If you have history of maybe, the doctor is telling you, the baby stopped developing, go and think back. Were you taking medication? If you're taking too much medication before or during pregnancy, it can cause your baby to stop developing. It can cause your baby to be deformed. It can cause the baby to be born with deformity. It can cause the baby to be born with malformation. It can cause the baby to die. Okay? Now, that is all for the woman. What else? Your husband. From the day you start seeing your period, the same month you want to get pregnant, your husband is not allowed to come near you sexually. He's not allowed to go near his ugly side cheek, and is not allowed to ejaculate on himself. Masturbation. No ejaculation allowed from the day you start seeing your period up until when this baby will be standing still and you have counted 12 hours. That is when your husband will be ejaculating for the first time. Why? This is the reason why Edith's method is different from everything you've already tried. Your husband ejaculating all the time is another form of family planning for men. It will make even the fullest sperm to be weak. If he keeps ejaculating, it will make his sperm weak and it won't be strong enough to fertilize your egg during your ovulation. So it is very important that you are on this journey with your husband. Sit down, talk to him so that you will not think that you are just starving him for nothing. He won't be thinking otherwise. Maybe you have somebody else somewhere. Sit down, discuss with him and say, honey, this is for our own good. You know, I'm about to carry your baby, very beautiful baby, blah, 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 and he will be happy. Okay? They might find it difficult to endure the time of abstinence, but I'm telling you, whether you have low sperm count or full sperm count, you have to follow this particular instruction. Especially those of you that have low sperm count. Don't worry about the low sperm count. If you don't go near your wife until the day this baby will be standing still, okay? That's when you will go near your wife for the first time. You will get your wife pregnant. Okay? You will get your wife pregnant. Don't worry about the diagnosis. You will get your wife pregnant. And you, the wandering penis, even if you have full sperm count, make sure you do not go near your wife until the day this baby is standing still and she has counted 12 hours. You can then meet your wife. After meeting your wife, you can meet her 1 million times as your strength can take you. And that is the end of it for both the man and the woman. However, there is a suggestion, okay? Some people can be very fragile. And then during the implantation process, we don't want to be interrupting the implantation process, even though it's not common, but again, it differs. Everybody will be different, okay? It's advisable that maybe you stay away from your wife until she tests positive to pregnancy. And when are you likely to check if you're pregnant or not? 14 days after your ovulation. 14 days after the day this baby was standing still and you have counted 12 hours. 14 days. However, don't be too fast to make a conclusion that you are not pregnant just with the 14 days. You can still wait extra few more days because sometimes the time and date might differ. You might not test immediately for positive, you might not see positive results just immediately. You might see it after 3 days after the 14 days. But I'm just advising, be patient, okay? In case you don't see the positive results on day 14 days after the ovulation, check again day 15, check again day 16, 17 after the ovulation, okay? And I have no doubt, if you follow everything that I've taught, you will get pregnant. It doesn't matter the diagnosis, okay? Since I started teaching this, hundreds of people have gotten pregnant. Hundreds of the people that accepted to come and share their testimony, even though I know many more have gotten pregnant, but maybe due to their own personal reason, they've not come forward to share the good news with us. Okay? On the book, on the testimony book here, we have people with ovarian cysts pregnant, people with one fallopian tube pregnant, somebody with one ovary pregnant, somebody end-stage endometriosis pregnant, somebody with combination of all the diagnoses you can think of, fibroid, PCOS, endometriosis pregnant. So guys, just try it. I know you have lost hope, or you think you are running out of time. Again, just try it, okay? And you never can tell. You just never can tell. Even though medicine have an important role to play in the medical part of our lives, it is not always the case. Sometimes you just need to look inward to see what could have been the reason why you have not been getting pregnant. Maybe avoid all the things I asked you to avoid and do the ones I asked you to do. And let's see, you just might be the next person to testify on my TikTok page. Congratulations as I await your testimony, and I can't wait to share in your joy, the happiness you will feel when you test positive to pregnancy. My name is Edith Anyamene. Congratulations. And you guys can come back to TikTok and we'll continue. And for those of you, if you must know, I have 5 children myself. Okay. The first boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, all born in August and September. They are all born in the month of August and September. Why? Because I chose them to be born like that, in that pattern. You can do it as well. It's free of charge. You don't need to pay anyone, okay? I don't do any private consultation. I don't do it. I don't have the time. I work full time. I have my own job. However, I do go live on TikTok. I try my best because I want to reach as many people as possible that will share the good news so that our world can be a better place and people can be free from the mockery and the shame some in-laws, friends, strange people put on them. We don't want that pressure. The least thing you should be doing, don't be pressurizing somebody that is already under the pressure of getting pregnant. It's not nice. It's not good. You might be driving them to their early grave. It's not good. You don't want to be the reason why another person is crying. It's not good. Okay? Please stay blessed, and I'll see you again. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. I will try my possible best to answer questions. If I'm not answering your questions, you can come and join me on TikTok. My name is Edith Anyamene. Okay? Edith Anyamene. I think I can say I'm the only Edith Anyamene in the entire world. If you see anybody telling you to come and pay money, it's definitely not me. This is free of charge. At least I can say this is my own contribution to humankind, to humanity. This is my own charity, and I'm happy and I feel very, very privileged to be doing this. Thank you very much. God bless you. Let me end the live now so that it won't be too long for you to watch again.